have other members in that. I know your school on this. I'm giving as much latitude as I can, but at some point we'll have
I don't have a ton of more questions, Mr. Chair, but I do have a few more, but I'm very happy to let someone else have a turn.
Okay, and if we'll do that, it may help you even in some of your presentation. Senator Gilmore, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Senator Tucker, for suspending briefly for questions. I don't know exactly who this question might be for, perhaps Senator Stubblefield or the attorneys at the end of the table. Are you aware in any way, form, or fashion that the learned and educated healthcare community, and I think there's about 11 or so countries in Europe, might be substandard to ours in their care? Are you aware of any factors that might indicate such as to the reason why they may have taken actions that we haven't taken in this country? Senator Stubblefield, are you?
From what I read, these are.
Please use your microphone. Senator Stubblefield, please use your microphone.
From the articles I've read, these Travis Stock, they've been around a long time, and they've dealt with puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones for a long time. So they shuttered their doors because these things were not working on these kids. So it's about as simple as that.
So it's safe.
We're getting the desired results that they expected.
Okay. So it's safe to say that in a lot of these procedures, Europe obviously made decisions ahead of us. Is that fair to say, in the sense of doing and allowing these procedures? Does that make sense?
No,
perhaps I can clarify. Would you agree that in Europe, some of these procedures were taking place before, perhaps here in the U.S.?
Yes.
For an extended period of time, and now they are ahead of us in seeing some of the effects. Would you agree with that?
I would agree to that totally.
So is it also safe to say that because they're seeing some of these effects, that they are taking now actions to correct some of that, that we in the U.S. should consider?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Senator Hester, you recognize.
Senator Stubblefield, we are aware that we do not allow minors to make decisions, specifically life-altering decisions. I mean, simple things. We don't allow minors under 16 to drive. We don't allow them to vote. We don't allow them to buy alcohol and tobacco. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that, and I also agree with the fact that most doctors tell me that the human brain does not even fully develop till they're 24, 25. So you could even go a little further out if you really wanted to, but yeah, I would agree with that. Absolutely.
Would you also agree that, and we've seen this situation, horrific situations where there are parents that allow their children to be abused. So even a parent and a child would agree to some sort of abuse, and that happens routinely in the state of Arkansas, and we call that a crime. Can you imagine any of those scenarios?
Yes.
Thank you.
Not seeing other committee members. Senator Tucker, I'm back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll just follow up with where Senator Hester was. I've been hearing a lot of talk in this building the last couple of years that the government